Thanks for staying with us on Midday Live. It's now time for us to do some business updates, and the business community in the Tema metropolis is frustrated. Poor road network linking the industrial city of Tema has become an albatross affecting business. Now, bad roads and serious congestion at the port have slowed business, negatively affecting profits. Josephine Frimpong has the detail.
The Tema branch of AGI has taken a swipe at government for myriad challenges in the industrial city, claiming business climate is slowing down. Total neglect of the rehabilitation of roads in the industrial hub and delays in expanding the Tema port are becoming frustrating. Industry players risk losing their contracts with EU due to poor conditions.
Roads that lead to big industrial setup like Tema Oil Refinery, like Valco, like Aluworks are so bad that you would want to ask that why would we want to use these big tankers, to ply such roads, which is a big risk. We think that even if government is not ready, to more or less reconstruct all these roads, we are talking about rehabilitating the road, keeping them in motorable states, such that we would at least business can be run.
The risk we face now is there's a new harbor in Lome now, so modern that very, very, very soon a lot of these vessels will rather wish to call at the Togo harbor, and government revenue is really going to fall.
Over 350 factory owners in the city says the tariff increase has crippled operations and calling on government to look for other alternatives to make Ghana's economy more competitive.
We are of the opinion that currently, if you see the import per government's revenue regarding imports from the Far East, it's huge. What stops government from taking up the challenge of creating a second reserve of our foreign accounts in the Chinese yuan? So as our trading with the Chinese yuan will liberate the dollarization and create space for government to manage the dollar properly. That is one other competitiveness that we think government could take advantage of.
We're still looking at roads, and Transport Minister Jifa Akuativo says the Bus Rapid Transit System BRT will begin a pilot from Amasaman to Accra on July 1, 2014. The minister, in an interview with TV3, decried the recent disturbances caused by some commercial drivers in Accra, blaming it on lack of public awareness.
The government mooted the idea of the Bus Rapid Transit System somewhere in 2010. It was then to begin with the Kasua-Accra link through Kaneshi and Graphic Road to the Central Business District. However, implementation hit the rocks due to several unforeseen challenges. But the Transport Minister Jifa Akuativo said the BRT will begin middle of next year.
The arrangement now is to do the pilot from Amasama to Accra. So I'm being told that the first service will be provided on the 1st of July next year.
She also spoke about the recent taxi drivers' demonstration in Accra, blaming it on lack of awareness.
Since the passage of the airline 2180, provisions have been made for all commercial vehicle drivers to belong to a union. So it's not a bad idea, but we didn't have enough sensitization. We didn't go out to educate the people. That is why there was so much agitation. So I hope that the education will continue and people will come to accept that whatever is in the airline is a good thing, is good for all of us. So let's support it.
The Bus Rapid Transit BRT is a bus-based mass transit transport system first introduced in the Brazilian city of Curitiba in 1974. It aims to combine the capacity and speed of a light rail or metro system with flexibility, cost and simplicity to reduce congestion in busy cities. BRT operates for a significant part of their journey within a fully dedicated right-of-way to remove the causes of delay.
And in other business updates, the founder of Salt and Light Ministries, Dr. Joyce Ayi, says marketers should commit to strategic marketing to have competitive advantage over other players. She was speaking at the closing ceremony of a 2-day annual strategic marketing conference organized by the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. The theme for this year's Strategic Marketing Conference was reshaping public and corporate engagement through the power of marketing. Former Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Joyce Aye, encouraged corporate Ghana to be proactive using marketing principles to address current corporate and global challenges. Strategic business planning and public-private partnership were measures identified to speed growth in the economy. The Vice President of CIMG, Kojo Mata, called on government to create an enabling environment for the private sector to excel.
What the private sector should do to be in the driving seat for public partnerships and public sector development. So how do we reposition the private sector to be able to take advantage of all the numerous projects that should be handled with the government or other public agencies? Government should first of all look within before they look without.
The Chief Executive Officer of VALCO, Dr. Charles Mensah, shared similar sentiments.
We need to find out, how do we inspire the private sector? How do we create a manufacturing country? What was done in Britain during Tudor times in the 1400s, the same formula is being used today by China, by Vietnam, by Cambodia, and they are all doing well. So what prevents us from also doing the same?
Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II has appealed to government to do well in motivating teachers and enhance output. Now, Asantehene blames the falling education standards on low teacher motivation.
A total of 178 newly trained teachers graduated from the Jackson College of Education, a private teacher training institution in the Ashanti region affiliated to the University Education of Winneba. The college, which runs a 3-year diploma in basic education by distance learning, is a department of the Jackson Educational Complex and was established in 2009 by Professor Ebenezer A. Jackson and Mrs. Theodosia W. Jackson, both educationists. 83 females and 95 males graduated with diploma in basic education by distance learning. In his opening remarks, a co-founder of the institute, Theodosia W. Jackson, challenged the graduating class to make a difference whilst they enter the teaching field. She said although Jackson College of Education is a private institution, students are trained in a manner to improve the standard of education in the country.
Your ultimate success in life has very little dependence on the class you graduated with today. It depends largely on your attitude to life and work. Integrity must be your aim in life. Take good care of everything you are entrusted with. Serve everyone in humility and in faithfulness.
The chief of Mabain, Nana Darko Muntri, who stood in for the Asantehene, entreated the government to motivate teachers, especially those in the rural areas.
At no time in our history have we needed it more. For the sake of our first and second cycle schools, for our rural folks, especially the poor, who are seemingly stranded in remote and deprived communities, even the dropouts. There's a clear need to redouble efforts to bridge the gap between the resource and endowment status of private institutions and that of government institutions.
In 2011-2012 academic year, there were 190,198 teachers in the basic schools and 61,219 teachers in the private basic schools.
And that will do for business.